Victoria, how are you today?
Good.
Good. I want to thank you for meeting with me again today. Today, like I told you in the last session, we're going to do a little bit of assessment for you. The last time we did writing, and this time we're going to do some reading. And then that will help me determine what level to start you off with when we start our actual lessons and work in text comprehension. Okay? So I know you told me that some of your goals are to be able to comprehend your text better when you're reading, especially with things that you're not interested in. And we talked a little bit about that last time. How's your reading going now for school?
Good.
Good? Okay. Are you reading anything interesting?
Still Macbeth.
Macbeth. And you liked that before. Are you still enjoying it?
Yeah.
Good. What kind of things are you doing in the classroom with Macbeth?
We'll write, yesterday we did a thing called a warrant. We'll write stuff like that.
Okay.
Like papers on it, I guess.
Okay. So what was the warrant about?
I didn't really understand.
Okay, you didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the activity helped you make more meaning out of the text, or did it make more sense about what you read? Okay, so it was a good activity. Were you working with the text when you were doing this warrant, or was this just kind of from memory?
Yeah, we got to use the book.
Okay, so you're kind of doing some looking back at the book and at the story. Okay, good. All right, so it sounds like you are still enjoying that text, so that's good. So maybe Shakespeare will be something we can work with. He's got a lot. So like I said, so today that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with your word list. Do you need to get that?
Probably not.
Okay. So we'll start with the word list, and then we will determine from there which passage that you'll read first. And I've got a couple different stories, so we'll go from there. Okay? I have a list of words here, and I want you to read them one at a time. And some of the words will be easy for you, and some I expect will be kind of hard. Don't worry, because I don't expect you to know all of them. If you don't know a word right away, try your best to figure it out. And I can't help you with any of them, so it's just kind of on your own. Can't tell you if you're wrong or right, so just kind of keep going down the list like I'm not even here. Just do your best. Okay? All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Sewed. Controlled. Championships. Possessions. Moisture. Memories. Abolish. Pyramids. Emerge. Temperature. Humidity. Insistent. Irrigated. Thrived. Slavery. Evaporate. Classified. Preserved. Fashioned. Courageous. Businesswoman. Settlement. Infrared. Fusion. Nebula. Oh, is that fission?
Just keep going.
Okay. Nebula. Emulate. Articulate. Encyclopedia. Persecution. Invitable. Gravity. Nuclear. Assimilate. Rifling. Helium. Migration. Immigrants. Miserable. Births. Oppressed.
Okay, last column. Go ahead.
Armaments. Alliance. Enzyme. Hereditary. Escalation. Convoy. Opulence. Armistice. Idealism. Immune-deficiency. Meditated. Mandates. Infectious. Nucleic. Chromosome. Protestons. Disinfectant. Liberated. Chauffeur. Retrovirus.
Okay, great. That's good. Now, I wasn't timing you at all. I just wanted to see how quickly you could identify the words and which ones you kind of need some help with. And there were some tough ones in there, weren't there?
Mm-hmm.
Some of those are going to be from like social studies text. Some are going to be from science text, and so that's why there was a difference with the words. Okay. All right. So I'm going to count up real. Okay. So I have another list for you to start. All right. This time we're going to kind of go backwards. So I'm going to have you do this list, then this one, and then this one. Okay? Give me 1 second. All right. So we're going to start with this list right here. Whenever you're ready. Okay? Go ahead.
Attend, protest, movement, biography, attention, capture, oxygen, tails, creature, obstacles, divorced, registration, arrested, poison, material, bulletin, giant, fluent, pioneers, pouch.
Great. You can stop. Okay, you did very well with those. Okay, all right, so the next activity we're going to do is we're going to practice what is called think aloud. Have you ever done a think aloud before?
I might have.
You might have? Okay. Okay, so when people read, they usually think about what they are reading. Sometimes they think to themselves, and other times they do a think aloud. So like with my second grade class, a lot of times if I'm reading a story, I'll stop and say, I wonder what she's going to find when she walks in, to kind of help them kind of stay with the story a little bit. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they're, take off. So that would be kind of think aloud that I would do. If I'm reading to myself, sometimes I might get to the end of a chapter and I might have to kind of summarize or think about things that happened. And that helps me construct some meaning so I don't lose interest in the text or lose my way. I'm going to show you how to think aloud by reading this text, and when I come to stop marks, I will tell you what I am thinking. After I've shown you how to do it, I'm going to ask you to do it on the next material that you read. So I'll read orally for a little bit, and then I'll get to a point and I'll ask you if you're ready to read on your own. So just kind of practice. Okay, so are you ready? So you're going to follow here, and I'm going to read from my text. Okay. And every time I get to a stop, then I'm going to tell you what I was thinking after I read that part. Okay? So, I have an exciting story for you because I know that you're a soccer player, and our first story to read is about Pele. So, yay, right? Exciting. Yeah. Okay, good connection. Okay. How did your soccer season end?
Good.
Yeah?
We only tied 2 games.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. And so this was your second year on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. You're going to play next year?
Yeah, probably.
Good. Girls are nice?
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Okay. All right, so Pele. Before we start, I want to know, do you know who Pele is?
Yes.
Okay, who is he?
A male soccer player. Did he play for Brazil?
I'm not sure. Is that what you think? Maybe Brazil?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's about all I know about.
Okay. What is soccer?
A sport that you play. You have a ball and you kick it with your feet, and you can't use your hands except for the goalie, or if you do a throw-in.
Okay.
And you try to score on your opponent's net.
Okay. What are professional athletes?
I guess people that play sports professional. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, you're really good at it, so you can make it to the MLB or something.
Okay. What are some why do some sports become popular? Why do you think that is?
Some people in the town could just like it, or a lot of people that they like could be on the team, so then more people might like the sport. Or they might think it's boring to watch baseball, so football has more action in it or something.
Okay, so action would be part of it. So the first passage you're going to read is named Pele, and you're going to get to show me how you can read on your own. we'll see how well I pick things for you to read. So some you will read out loud and some you can read by yourself. Do you understand so far? Okay.
So I read this.
So yeah, so you'll read that to yourself. And sometimes I'll ask you to read out loud to me, but the first one we're going to read, you'll read on your own. Because my job is to make sure I remember all the things you do as a reader, I'm going to write notes and record this. This will make sure that I don't miss any of the great things that you do while you're reading. Since this is your time to show me who you are as a reader, I can't give you any hints or any help. If you come to a word you don't know, do your best and just keep on going. Do you understand so far? Mm-hmm. Good. When you are done reading, I'll ask you to retell what you read. Your job is to pretend that I didn't hear you read or that I've never read this passage before. I didn't know anything about the selection. So tell me as much as you can. Be ready to tell me as much as you can. And after you tell me what you can remember, I'll ask you some questions. And again, pretend that I didn't know anything about the selection. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The first selection is called Pele. You can begin.
Okay. So I read out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Read to yourself. Reading this selection about Pele, I want you to tell me everything you can remember about what you read. Pretend that I don't know anything about him. I've never read the passage, and then just recall as much as you can. And I'm going to take some notes while you do that. Okay? All right.
Okay, so he was a boy who lived in Brazil.
Ask a couple questions then. What was Pele's main goal?
To play soccer.
Just to play soccer, like in the backyard?
I think he wanted to play professional soccer.
Okay. And what did Pele use to make the soccer ball?
A sock. Mm-hmm.
Once they bought shoes, why did that make a difference on how many games they won?
He realized that he could control the ball better with his feet.
Because he had shoes on?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could play soccer barefoot?
Probably not. I probably could, I guess.
You probably could, right?
Yeah. It just.
How old was Pele when he was signed by the professional soccer team? The professional team in Brazil. Do you remember?
No.
Okay, I think he was 15.
Okay.
So he did really well at 11. He became a star at 11 and by 15. So your age.
Yeah.
To play professional soccer. Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. What American team did Pele join?
I remember it was in.
How did Pele's presence help to make soccer popular in the United States?
Yeah, I mean, I think the passage said that he just influenced it a lot, and it became more popular once he got there because I guess he was so good.
Okay.
So it caught people's attention more.
Okay.
Because he made it interesting.
Well, and I think it's interesting that when we did your prior knowledge, when we were tapping into that, when we were talking about Pele and we talked about what makes sports popular, one of the things you said is that sometimes you might not even like it, but if you like the person that's playing or if that's interesting to you, then you'll tend to go. So I think that's a really good point that you're pulling from the passage is it wasn't just about the game of soccer, but that he was so amazing with this ball that people were kind of driven to want to come and watch him play. And then once they saw the game, they started to enjoy the game, and it just kind of took off from there. So, good. If we could just get people to the girls' soccer game, that would be better. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have a couple more things to do. I'm going to have you read orally, and I'm going to make some more notes, and then we'll take a little break. And I brought some magazines for us to look at today, and I thought we would just kind of talk. And I know you have some vocabulary, so I thought maybe we'd look at that. Okay?